There has been a lot happening over the last several months affecting the price of silver. This article is going to break down to a T what is happening, why this is happening, and how it's going to be affecting the markets, especially moving forwards. This is the meat and potatoes, and I really want to get a better understanding, a better grasp on this entire market, because things are not normal. I don't know if they'll ever go back to normal. So we need to learn how to adjust and adapt as investors. So stay tuned, grab some popcorn, and let's jump into it. I was doing some digging and I came across an article titled "Why the Precious Metals Market Will Be Volatile in 2022." Just thinking it was a normal article just talking about some of the reasons why prices will spike and fall. But no, they hit some points that I've never read or even thought about myself, right? I'm sitting here making daily videos every single day researching, and they bring up some points that are so important, and you're about to see. Let's just jump into it. Listen to this. Global events influence markets. Russia's invasion of Ukraine on February 24th has had a colossal impact on global markets, and further international events will continue to influence the way markets shake out. Right here, this is what I'm trying to get to. Not only is Russia the second biggest producer of gold, mining about 10% of the world's new supply each year, but its central bank holds $145 billion in gold reserves. This creates a great deal of uncertainty about the short-term future of the gold market. Disrupted trade could lead to a shortage of available gold internationally, driving prices up. Have you ever thought about that? Distribution is extremely important. When we're looking at silver, let's just talk about silver. Mexico, Peru, Australia, China, those countries produce the most silver. Now, we saw in 2020, during the situation, there was all the boundaries, the borders that were shut down. So silver couldn't be distributed, and that put a huge dent in production, especially with demand during that time. So now I could see a potential devastating situation playing out, since Russia, like they said, mines 10% of the world's new supply each year, but their central bank holds $145 billion in gold reserves. Let's keep moving on a little bit. Economic pressure could cause the Kremlin to liquidate in gold exchange for currency, flooding the market with up to 2,000 metric tons of gold, or about 2/3 of the total worldwide gold production on a typical year. While this suggests gold might fluctuate suddenly and unpredictably, silver and platinum look like they might be even spikier. Ukraine is responsible for the production of about half of the world's production of neon gas, which is vital to the manufacturing of computer chips. Russia's 2014 foray into Crimea saw neon shoot up by 600%. The current Ukraine conflict promises an even bigger disruption. Any price increase or interruption to the supply of neon will have big effects on the industrial demand for platinum and silver, which are commonly found in computer chips and circuit boards. Those holding silver bullion might want to wait until the conflict is resolved to cash out, even if the price seems rocky short-term inflation and demand. And this is including the residual effects of the situation, which will continue to cause the supply chain issues in many industries and markets, causing industrial demand to vary greatly. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up, right? We're going to see a lot of wishy-washiness, and not only are we going to incorporate that factor, but then also incorporate the dollar index, also incorporate stock market volatility. There's so many things happening that's going to be affecting the price of silver. And with the FOMC meetings and the rate hikes, and all of this is just going to mean we're going to be on a roller coaster ride. And if you are someone who might have weak hands, and a lot of people that have weak hands don't even realize they have weak hands, basically buy it and hold it. A lot of people try to buy it, then they'll cash out when the top hits, and then they'll wait for it to dip and then buy back in. With premiums nowadays, that's not realistic. That's not realistic in today's day and age, people. precious metals, when you're investing something that's tangible, that type of trading, it just doesn't work. Maybe it did back in the day when premiums were $1 or $2 over spot, but that's for online stuff. Do that with cryptocurrency, but buy it and hold it. You know what HODL means? Hold on for dear life. There's no reason to buy in and then cash out and then buy back in and then cash back out. You're losing so much money with those premiums in between that. It just doesn't make sense. Just buy it, throw it in your safe, or dig a hole 2 feet in your backyard and just leave it there for a couple decades, you know? So anyways, I want to keep moving on because this is extremely interesting and important stuff. So, when another material is in short supply, industrial demand for precious metals dwindles. This has caused big fluctuations in many precious metals, including palladium's spiky journey from $2,700 to $1,500 and back. And there's a good chance that while we'll see the supply chain issues begin to fade away over the course of 2022, we'll also get the Federal Reserve rate changes in reaction to the post-situation economy. Like I was kind of just saying, experts think that, and keyword is think, that the Fed will raise interest rates at least 3 times in 2022, suggesting that gold is likely to plateau. We might also see a big change in the price of silver due to changing public sentiment, as nearly half of the demand for silver from 2020 to 2021 was a result of speculation, not industrial demand. Industrial demand hasn't hit yet, right? All the stuff I talk about, the 5G, all that stuff, that hasn't even hit yet. We haven't even started yet, but there is a shortage. So when that happened, that's a whole separate video, but I'm just saying a lot of it was speculation so far. So when you're looking at the shortage or scarcity or these premiums, just realize this isn't even the beginning. This is the beginning before the beginning. So silver's growing industrial use in applications like solar panels. It gives credence to its selection as an investment vehicle, but it's not clear how many investors will jump ship if demand plummets due to other events, which I don't think that will happen. Demand has been growing. We exceeded 1.12 billion ounces this year. I don't see demand going anywhere. The U.S. Mint sold 5 million ounces the first month of January. Perth Mint, Royal Mint all had record-breaking highs. I think it was the Perth Mint, I think, had like 370% increase in sales this year compared to last year. But anyways, an uncertain future. It is likely that events of the past several weeks have rendered most previously written investment forecasts moot. International conflict between one of the world's biggest gold producers and stockpilers and a leading supplier of neon gas ensures that gold and silver markets will have drastic and rapid changes over the next few weeks and months. Without a clear resolution to the conflict in sight, there's no telling whether the market will return to a more stable or a normal state. And I don't think anything's going to go back to normal anymore. And it's not even just this situation with Russia and Ukraine. I just think markets change. You know, I interviewed the owner of my local coin shop. It was a great interview. I highly recommend you go find it on my channel. Probably about 6-7 months ago, I went into his local coin shop, sat down, interviewed him. Actually, we did this a couple times, 2-3 times, but he's been in business selling precious metals for 45 years, not stacking for 45 years. He's been selling for 45 years. So I asked him, what affects the price of silver today? Is it different than back in the day? How you stacked back in the day, is it different than today? And he said, oh, definitely. And then you have to think, moving forwards, what affects the price of silver today and how we stack today is going to be different in the future. So I do see this situation kind of being that bridge of just the next generation of silver and what affects the prices, and we have to adjust and adapt to that, or we're going to be left in the wind. And a lot of people don't know how to change. And that's why a lot of people get burnt, and that's why it's so dangerous, because we're moving into this new era with social media affecting prices. You have teenagers now investing. Apps like Robinhood make it so simple to invest. It's not the same as even a couple of years ago, and some people don't know how to, or don't even realize how rapid the markets are changing. you really gotta stay up to date, right? And that's why I say watching my videos is so important. A lot of people, they just sit on their couch, think they know it all, and they don't stay up to date. They don't realize that the prices are changing or what's affecting them. They think they know it all. Closed minds, they don't get fed. So speaking of gold and all this, though, I did want to share something else. GSX, gold secured currency, they actually updated their roadmap, and this is huge. GSX is doing a lot of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You can go to bitmart.com. They sell it on there. They update it on Coinbase, but it is tradable on Bitmart. Buy, sell, trade it, hold it, cash out, whatever you want. But this company, gold secured currency, it's a crypto backed by physical gold. They dig the gold out of the ground themselves. You can exchange the crypto for physical gold once you have a certain amount. But they updated the roadmap. And just to put into context, look how much they've done in the last 2 years. They've done more than any other crypto company that I've ever seen by far. I mean, this is a project much, much greater than I can even comprehend. Just to show a little bit, they did their launch sale, and then they did the Zambia mining project, total asset backing over $7 billion. And then the fourth quarter successful GSX market case in South Africa. They have mass adoption, GSX markets. So now GSX is actually a currency. Some of these countries actually accept GSX as their dollar. That's their actual currency system, which I can actually show some pictures. I'll make like a whole video covering this because they've done a lot. But yeah, GSX is actual currency in some of these countries now. They've just done so. So let's look at the first quarter 2022 Knoxwire partnership for adoption, large scale financial institutions. They have the visitor center in Zimbabwe now, and that's their mining center, like they said they would do. Mining claim certificates for 26,000 or 2,600 acres for copper and gold. Then second quarter mass adoption of GSX throughout Zimbabwe. Opencast gold mine in Makaha, Zambia mine to begin production. This is crazy. Like, and this stuff is really happening. Like, all the stuff they said they did that. You can go, like, it just blows my mind how big this company is growing and just what they're doing. A lot of people were like, this can't happen. There's no way. These guys, no. They are doing it. Literally, go check out their YouTube channel. Steve McCullough posts updates and pictures and videos of all this stuff all the time on there. I mean, people, I think, just like I was just saying, they're stuck in their old ways and don't want to believe that this is the new age of investing, and it really is. And it blows my mind. I'm going to make a whole video on that, though, because there's so much more than I just covered. I'll just talk about it later. Just shout out them, though. They're doing phenomenal. But, you know, I really just wanted to try to wrap my head around this situation because they brought up some very good points, especially with Russia and the amount of gold they have and trying to distribute it, and also what it could do if they liquidate, or even Ukraine's situation, since they also what was theirs? Ukraine had, was it the neon that Ukraine has? The neon gas, I think that was from Ukraine, and Russia has the gold, and I'm pretty sure, but yeah, so so when I am trying to look at the future, like this article even said, the next couple weeks and months are going to be a roller coaster, because first you have the speculation, and then you have what actually happens. So the prices might do something, and then the situation actually happens, and then the markets adjust to the actual price. Just like when the FOMC comes out and says something, you know, days before or weeks before, people are speculating what they're going to say or what they're going to do. And then, so the markets are acting crazy. And then the day that it happens and they actually announce what's going to happen for sure, then the markets kind of adjust. So that's why even the article said, you know, don't make any big moves yet, because we got to see what's going to play out. We don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. I post daily videos. Check out the last 2 videos I posted there. Crazy videos, some of the craziest articles that I've covered in a long time. You're going to want to watch those. They're both huge videos, by far my biggest videos. Everyone's watching them, and they're getting lots of views because it is important stuff. We're talking about the U.S. Mint announcing some scary stuff, getting in legal trouble with the silver shortage, and it's just looking like a complete mess. So go check out that as well. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.